if you have a question. In the meantime, though, there is a chat window within your Zoom application. So if you have a question come up in the middle of the presentation, feel free to type it there. Amy's going to monitor those questions and just make sure that we cover everything at the end.
Ms. Sass, I'm sorry, it's Sarah Vonish. Can I jump in real quick?
Yes, you're the only one who's allowed to interrupt.
Thank you, and thank you to our entire PTO board for supporting our school so well. I'm in my office with our admin team, who is all masked up and socially distanced, and I'm over here at my computer. But I did want to tell you all, thank you again so much for the support that our PTO provides to our students and families here at Settlesbridge. We couldn't do what we do without you and the resources that you provide, both by coming in and volunteering and putting together events for our families, and also with the materials that your leadership and membership provide to our students.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's nice to hear. One last note before I get into the presentation, I did mention it. We are recording this presentation. We will post it to our website and to social media. So if there are people you know that just couldn't tune in tonight, tell them to go there. They can watch the replay. Or we're going to be sharing some pieces of information here that you might need to go back and reference. So it'll be posted there probably later tonight for reference. So let's just get to it. So what is the PTO? It stands for Parent Teacher Organization. Those of you who have been with Settlesbridge for a while, probably the first thing that you think of is all of the fun events that we put on, and we're the people that sell you the spirit wear. And while that is true, the PTO is so much more than that. Our purpose is actually to build a community among our parents, the school staff, and local businesses to all come together with a common goal to support our school and students through financial contributions and volunteerism. I joined the PTO board last year, and honestly, I have so much more appreciation now for how important that community is to the success of our school. Our financial contributions provide supplemental materials to support literacy and STEM curriculum, and the participation of our community really drives our students' academic and social and emotional success. I forgot to move forward. Fail number one. Well, that's what that was about. Sorry, I'm double screening here. I'm going to get better as we move on, but that's what I just talked about. To demonstrate the financial impact of the PTO, this slide shows a sampling of some of the school and teacher requests that we were able to fulfill last year. We call those requests grants, so you'll hear me say grants throughout the presentation, and that's really what I'm talking about. Like any government entity, Settlesbridge is given a budget by the Forsyth County Department of Education. That budget covers a good bit. It covers the basic operational needs of the school. However, any items that the staff feels would be an enhancement to either curriculum or the facility has to be purchased through funds raised outside of that budget. The school itself does some fundraising through some of their after-school activities, but the PTO also contributes a good bit of those funds. We do that through our membership, through events that we have, and through contributions we seek from local businesses. Some of the things that we were able to provide last year include things like science manipulatives, which really help reinforce the things that students learn, because it gives them the ability to touch and feel the things that they've learned about. We were able to provide Scholastic magazines, which are delivered monthly to every single class, and bottle fillers, which this year is really, really important because it's helping ensure the health and safety of our in-person learners and all of our school staff. This year, our Support Our Stars membership campaign has both financial and participation objectives. The money that we earn from our membership campaign makes up about 25% of the total funds that we plan to raise this year. We worked with the administration and identified that technology is really the biggest need this year. The current iPads that the school is using are several generations old, and some of them are so old that they can't take an iOS update anymore. So by purchasing 32 new iPads, we're going to be able to help that STEM and literacy curriculum be enhanced through the use of newer and better apps. It'll also allow for more robotics and coding within the classrooms at all grade levels. One of the iPads that I believe we have purchased and is on its way is actually the one that's used to run the morning news. So that helped really just ensure that a big part of your students' morning routine wasn't interrupted. Equally important to the financial goals for our board is our participation goals this year. We would really like to see 80% of our Settlesbridge families join the PTO. We'd also like to see some increased following on our social media sites and more participation at our PTO and school-sponsored events. I'm happy to report that actually through the donations of those people who have already joined, we've hit our financial goal. However, as you can see on the slide, our participation level is only at about 20%. So we've kind of switched our membership drive focus to that participation goal. Studies, there's so many reasons to become a member. Studies have shown that that trio that I mentioned before of parents and school and local community all coming together to support the school, really, there's definitely a correlation between that and students' academic success. Becoming a member also helps you stay informed about what's going on in the school, and it gives you a forum. It gives you a forum to share your ideas and any questions you may have or concerns you may have. We have membership levels as low as $10, and I just wanted to note that membership does not require volunteering. We very much appreciate our volunteers, but it is not a requirement of membership. We're currently running a friendly enrollment contest among our classes. You may have heard some of your students talking about it. Any class that reaches 50% participation is going to receive a blow pop for every student in the class. And the class with the highest participation in each grade level will get either extra recess if you're an in-person class or a Fun Friday activity if you're a virtual class. So far, we have 5 classes that have reached the 50% mark, and there are several others that are really, really close. So help push your class over the edge and go join the PTO if you haven't done it already. So you might be wondering how your contribution directly affects your student, especially if you're a virtual learner. Last year, we were able to give back enrichment items that totaled $50,000, which really equates to about $45 a student. $23 of that was direct literacy and STEM enrichment that's used daily by all classes. An additional $6,500 was used for facility improvements in the form of playground stencils, which is a great sensory learning opportunity, but is also just a lot of fun for the kids, and the bottle fillers that I mentioned earlier. Both of these items will benefit students not just this year, but in years to come. Given that we recognize there could be potential economic hardships this year, we actually lowered our membership fundraising goal by 50%. We were able to cut some costs in other places, and we're hopeful that we are still going to be able to give back about $38,000 or $40 a student this year. With the funds that we've already purchased through our membership campaign, we have already been able to purchase Scholastic magazines, which is about $8 a student, and 11 of the 32 iPads. They have been ordered and they are on their way. We've also budgeted to spend $850 to be able to participate in 2 great programs, the Impressions Art Contest and our Honoring Our Heroes Essay Contest. While we lowered our goals this year, we are still hopeful that we're going to be able to fulfill as many teacher grants as possible. So any money that we raise above and beyond that membership goal will go directly to fulfill those requests. Okay, so I've talked a lot about financials, but as I mentioned, participation is equally, if not more, important to us this year. Lots of people hear participation and just automatically assume that we mean volunteering. And while we love having our volunteers, we understand that our families have a lot of commitments, and sometimes that volunteering just doesn't fit into their schedule. So we wanted to let you know there are so many other ways that you can get involved with the PTO. First and foremost, follow us online. We have a PTO website, and once you go there and you register, you will begin getting our monthly newsletters. and you'll be added to our email distribution list. Our website's probably the best place to go if you just want to learn more about what the PTO is all about and any of our upcoming programs or events that are coming up. We also have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. These social media pages are going to be your best option for kind of more real-time information, most updated information. We also frequently just have a lot of really fun community building posts, like post your stars on their first day of school. You know, in this virtual year, that's really a great way to stay connected with all of your friends from school. Get to know your board members. There's all our lovely faces. Normally by now, we would have been in front of you quite a few times at all of those back to school events like open house and curriculum night. So I wanted to make sure, since we couldn't really do that this year, that you were able to put some faces with our names. I am so excited about the board we have this year. We really represent a great cross-section of the school community. We have students that are virtual learners. We have students that are in-person learners. We cover every single grade level. We have students all the way from kindergarten to 5th grade. And we're your neighbors. We live in neighborhoods all throughout the school district. So these are really the people that if you have questions or concerns, these are the people that you can contact. You know, we're parents just like you, so there's a decent chance that we may have the same questions or concerns, and we might be able to shed some light for you. And if we can't, we can at least get you pointed in the right direction. Now, I keep saying volunteering isn't required, but we do very much love and appreciate our volunteers. You can choose the level of volunteering that really fits into your life. We have opportunities all the way from chairing one of our large events down to helping count out prizes for something like our readathon from the comfort of your own home. After you go to our website and register as a user, go ahead and go to that volunteer section of the website, and there's a volunteer interest form that you can fill out there. You can choose specific areas of interest, or you can just opt, if you don't know what you're interested in, you can opt to be a general volunteer. Once you complete that form, you'll start getting emails from us whenever we have an opportunity for volunteers to help us out with things. And then if you're available, feel free to sign up. It doesn't mean you're required to sign up. It just puts you in that distribution so that you'll get notified that we could use some volunteers. One thing to note, just because this year is different, at least at the beginning of the year, our volunteer opportunities will be held outside of the school. Another great way to participate is for both you and your student to purchase and wear your spirit wear. So we've designated every Friday as Spirit Wear Friday. The staff loves seeing the kids all showing their school pride, and the kids get a really great sense of community when they all wear their shirts. Like I mentioned, we'll periodically have posts on our social media where you can upload your pictures and share your kids in their shirts, and that they always enjoy seeing that and seeing their friends. If you haven't already ordered, there's still time. We're going to be placing our final order with our spirit wear vendor on September 28th. So you can either go to our website and order online, or we are planning on sending out kind of a last chance paper form that you can also return. And then once you place your order, your shirts are delivered to your teacher and they will distribute them to your student. We will still be having events this year. They may look a little different due to CDC guidelines that are in place at the time. We might have to switch some to virtual, or we might try rescheduling some for the spring and hoping that conditions change then. So this is just really a list of some of the events and programs that we already have planned for this year. So All Pro Dads is a great program that we've had for a few years where dads and kids come together, they share a breakfast, they have a discussion about various topics. It is going virtual this year, so if you are interested, go to the website that I have listed on this slide and sign up, and then you will start receiving the monthly content that will be discussed and the meeting information. We have a new event this year, Readathon, which is going to be happening in October. It's designed to get kids excited about reading and at the same time raise money for their school and win lots of fun prizes. So be on the lookout for more information about that. It should be coming home after fall break. And then the Impressions Art Program and Honoring Our Hero Essay Contest, those are both Forsyth County PTO level events. The entire county participates. It's a great way for students to showcase their talents in art, music, a variety of other categories. The Honoring Our Heroes is always in the spring, and Impressions has moved to the spring this year. If you have a fifth grader, we have a committee that works on the activities that help make their last year at Settles more memorable. These include things like a service project, a class picnic, a social, assisting with the graduation ceremony. If that's something you'd like to be involved in, go to that volunteer interest form I mentioned earlier and indicate that as an area of interest, and then somebody will contact you. Bingo night. Bingo night is one of our most popular events. It is just really a fun night to come together and play games and eat pizza and win raffles. And we are really, really hopeful that we will be able to have it as normal in the spring, but because it's such a great event, we will switch it to virtual if it's necessary. The board and I have also been trying to brainstorm different ways that we can continue to have events even when we can't gather. So be on the lookout on our social media sites for some social media events that we have planned coming up in the next few weeks. Another easy way to participate is attending our spirit nights. So once a month, we hold a spirit night at a local business, and it's really a mutually beneficial event. We support our local business, and in turn, they give a portion of their proceeds back to Settles Bridge. We plan to make about $2,000 on spirit nights this year. And this is just another thing students just love. I mean, they just love going to the restaurant and seeing their classmates or their teachers, or if they went through the drive-through talking about, you know, I ate here last night. Oh, so did I. The kids just really love that. Our next spirit night is Thursday at Panda Express, which, you know, well, that's tomorrow. Sorry, I'm a day off because no Monday, but tomorrow night at Panda Express. And then the next few months are listed here. So we hope to see you at a few of those. Some of our local businesses take their support a step further and sign on to be what we call a PI, which is a partner in education. This is a list of those businesses that have signed up to date. These businesses give back in, they give to the school via monetary and service donations. Their contributions actually make up 10% of the total funds that we will raise this year. Their dedication to our school community is so very appreciated, and I would really love to see our families return that favor in kind by supporting the businesses that support us. If you are a business owner and you're interested in becoming a PI, you know, either go to our website for details, or Ramia, one of our VPs, is the contact for this program, and she'd be happy to get you set up. And her contact information is, or how to contact her, is also on our website. If you're new to Settles Bridge, we have a new family virtual coffee talk on Thursday, September 17th at 8:30. This is mostly just a Q&A session. There's a little bit of presentation and then really an open Q&A session where Mrs. Von Esch and myself and a few PTO representatives will be on hand, and we can answer any questions that you might have about the school or the PTO. If you are a new family, we've received your contact information from Miss Mary Lou in the office, and you should be receiving an email invitation to this event in the next few days. So probably the easiest way to support our school is via community rewards. These are programs that are available at many of the places that you shop on a daily basis. It's simple to sign up to participate in these. Most of them either have a one-time or an annual registration that you do on their website, and then you choose Settles Bridge as the nonprofit organization that you would like to support. And then literally as you shop, they just, a portion of your shopping is given back to Settles Bridge. Last year, we made almost $2,500 from these programs. So we're hoping to increase that because by doing an enrollment contest. You may have received some flyers about it. We're holding the contest through November 6th, and you can get an entry for a raffle drawing for every one of these 4 community rewards listed on the slide. So if you join them all, you get 4 entries. Our first drawing is actually Friday for a $50 gift card. So hurry up and get your entries in. You can look at our website on how to submit those. A lot of families like to capture their memories by purchasing a yearbook. Yearbooks are on sale now also, and there's special pricing through October 10th. They're still available after that date, but the special pricing does end by October 10th. If you have a 5th grader, now's the time to do your tribute ad. You may have seen them if you've had a student here before. They're in the back of the yearbook. It's a really nice way to show your students how proud you are of their achievements. And again, there's special pricing on those until October 10th. Kids love seeing themselves in the yearbook, and we do not keep a photographer on staff to take a bunch of those candidates that you see in the yearbook all the time. So the more you upload your own pictures when we post those social media posts, you know, telling you to post a picture of your kid doing this or doing that, and the more, there's actually at that same settlesbridgeyearbook.com site, there's a place for you to upload your pictures there. So the more you upload your pictures, the better our yearbook will be. Okay, so we always have to do just a little bit of business at our general meeting by providing you our treasurer's report and voting on our budget. We've closed the books on our last fiscal year and passed our audit, so yay, that's good news. And now we've finalized our budget for this year, and we need to approve it. Normally, we would do a live vote during this meeting, but because we are on Zoom, we are going to do that vote via email. So if you are a PTO member, you'll receive a voting form via email tonight at 7 o'clock. The email will be sent to whatever email address that you use to register on our website. So please take a moment and review the budget that you'll find linked in that form and provide your approval. A real quick overview of our major budget categories. Like again, there will be more detail on these in the voting form. A few things to note: we are a nonprofit, so any income that we receive has to be spent in the same fiscal year, which allows us to finish at a net zero. Membership makes up 25% of our income, and the rest is brought in through community partners, events, fundraisers, things of that nature. The services line includes all those school and teacher grants that I discussed earlier, plus things like staff appreciation events and entry fees into programs like the Impressions Art Contest. We also carry over $10,000 at the end of every year so that we have money to cover the beginning of year expenses the next year. If you have any questions on this budget after you receive the detailed information, just reach out to us via email. So that is the end of our prepared presentation. So I'm going to ask you if you have any questions at this point to go ahead and unmute your mic, or Amy, if people have chatted any questions, feel free to unmute your mic and we can cover those. No questions?
If you have any online questions?
Okay. I'll give it a second. Okay, well, if there are no questions now, that's fine. If we can go ahead and end. If you do end up having, oh.
Sorry, Ann, didn't mean to cut you off there. If we already joined the PTO, does the stuff not come to our kids, like the shirts and stuff, until after that order on the 28th?
So it kind of depends on when you join. So
like
this
a week
year,
ago.
Oh yeah, so it'll come either in the batch that, and I don't know, I can't see who's on the line because I'm presenting, so I don't know if Kelly's here, but we have been ordering the shirts in batches instead of keeping a whole bunch on hand this year, just because with all the uncertainty around this year, we weren't exactly sure how we were going to be able to distribute the spirit wear. So we decided to do all pre-orders and then order as the orders came in. So Kelly, I believe the fourth batch is coming this week. I just don't know what date that covers through, the orders through which date. But then if you're not in this next batch, you would be in the batch on the 28th.
Okay, I just wanted to know when to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, and the way that we've been doing it is we've been taking them up to the school and getting them to the teachers. And then if you're an in-person, your teacher will send it home with your child. If you're a virtual learner, then your teacher will give it to you during their pickups.
We do have an online question asking if we emailed showing that we had joined the partners, Publix, Kroger, etc. Will we get an email confirmation back? I don't know that Callie had done that, but I do know that as of early last week, there was over 20 families that had participated in submitting those entries. So we can follow up to see if there's anything additional. There's another online question. If we join the PTO using the website, how would the kids class get accounted in? So if you've joined the membership through our website, there is a place in your account information when you log in to set your child's classroom. We have been going in with the support of the school to make sure that every student has been appropriately assigned to their class. So if, we've been using a list that was printed on August 31st. So if there's been any classroom changes since then that you need to account for, you can go into your account through the account information and you can change that. Otherwise, it would have been updated by working with the administration.
Any other questions? Okay, well, if you do have questions following this presentation, I think I covered pretty well all the ways you can get in touch with us, but if you go to our website, you'll find our email addresses. We also have email accounts that you can email us questions and one of us will reply. You can also contact us on our social media pages. We get that pretty frequently where people will ask us a question via Facebook. So we have lots of ways that you can get to us if you think of questions after this presentation. Okay, great. I will go ahead and end the presentation. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. We really weren't sure what to expect with our first virtual general meeting, but I'm pretty pleased with our participation today. So hopefully we will see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Anne.
Bye.
Thanks, Anne.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.